this is Jodi. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to show you how to do this cool technique using a big background stamp with an embossing folder. So let's go ahead and get started. This is the Hardwood, I'll show you this side quick, the Hardwood background stamp, and I'm going to ink it up with soft suede ink. And I always just leave the background stamp face up on my table and then tap the ink on this way. It's just a whole lot easier than trying to hold on to the big stamp and hope you get ink on all the parts. Okay, then I have a layer of Whisper White, or excuse me, Very Vanilla cardstock that is 4 inches by 5 1/4, and I'm just setting it on here. And then the trick is just to take your piece of scrap paper and fold it over, and then I'm going to rub on it. This way my fingers stay clean, but I'm making sure that I get the image on the entire piece. And then I can just lift it off and I have that great hardwood look there. Now, that's awesome for backgrounds if you want this look. What I'm going to do is add just a little bit to it, and I'm going to go ahead and pull my big shot in, and I'm going to use the brick wall embossing folder. And what I want to do with this, where it says Sizzix down here, I want to take this and put it face down. So I want the Sizzix facing me, but I want my stamped image down. And then I'll stick it between my 2 cutting pads and crank it through. And then, let's get that out of the way. When I open the folder, I've got those raised edges over my stamped image. Now this is where the magic happens. I'm going to take that soft suede ink pad again, use a sponge, and I'm just going to kind of swirl some ink over the stamped image, and you can see where it's embossed, that brick wall, it's hitting those spots with the ink and it's just accentuating them even more. So that's what pulls out the embossed parts of the cardstock, or when you go over it with the ink like this. And I always find it easier to just swirl like I am. So you can do lots of fun things with just the background stamp or just the brick folder, but it's pretty cool when you put them together and get this hardwood floor look. And of course you can just keep adding ink as much as you want to get it as dark as you want it. And then I'll just pull in this finished sample one more time. I used the Botanical Builders framelits here, and what's fun about this, I'll pull one in over here, this cuts the little petals of the flower just like that when you crank it through the big shot. So the leaves, both flowers all come with that, and then I added a little candy dot right there in the center. So you could certainly change up the colors on this or do something other than a flower, make it a little more masculine card. But overall, a really fun technique using some products you might already have at home. Thanks so much for watching. For daily creative inspiration or to place an order, visit my blog. You can also find me on Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram.